Kirtan is our life, isn't it?
Yes, Maharaj.
That gives us life, you know. Well, you know, when I chant the Kirtan, in my mind I imagine Krishna dancing with the gopis. That's what comes to my mind, you know. You know, Mahadev, Lord Shiva, he wanted to see the dancing Ras Lila, you know, Radha, Krishna gopis. So he went to Vrindavan with that intention. Because he was seeing from Kailas, he could see that there, but he wanted to be there. You know? So, but Purnamasi, Yogamaya told him, it's not possible. In male form, you can't enter. It's not possible. You have to have a gopi, female form, then you can see. Yes, I'm willing to do anything. What do you have to do? Okay, take back in this kunda, and then you will have a female form, you can see. So he did that, and he was hiding in the bushes. She told him, keep hiding there, from there you can see. So Mahadev was in ecstasy watching the dancing Ras Lila. Krishna was next to each and every gopi. He was in the middle of every gopi, thousands of gopis, and the music, the playing, the uncle bells, the moraga, everything was there, and was so sweet and so beautiful. Mahadev was transported Golok, there, it was totally in ecstasy. But Krishna stopped the dancing. He said, somebody here should not be here. Find out who is around here hiding. Somebody is hiding. So the gopi went searching, and they found this little girl, maybe 12, 13 years old. Who are you? What is the name of your parents? From which village are you? What is the name of your husband? Because Mahadev could not answer any of those questions. So they were slapping him. Confess, maybe you're a spy sent by Kamsa. Speak. Then they told Babasi, no. She's under my protection. She's Mahadev, and I blessed him. And please, Krishna, bless him also. He's your dear devotee. They say, yes, I give you blessing. You can come every night and stay at the door. And don't allow anybody who's not fit, not qualified to enter. That's your service. But you have to come in gopi form. You can't come in Mahadev form. So he agreed. And in Vrindavan, there is now Mandir, Mahadev, Lord Shiva, Gopishwar Mahadev. In the evening, they dress him with nose ring and veil and everything like a gopi. So he can get ready to do his seva. Like that.
They offer bangles also like that.
Yeah, they offer bangles also, everything. Makeup, everything. So this is so enchanting, so beautiful. Even Mahadev, he was conquered. What means Gopishwar? It means he's Gopi and also Ishwar, both. So both things. Even Narad also wanted to be Gopi, you know that. There is a temple in what is the name of that Sarovar, near Govardhan? Bintu Sar. No. Kusum Sarovar. Near there is a mandir, there is a temple of Naradi. Narad was dressed as a gopi also. He also wanted to see that, so he also became gopi, back in the Kunda. And so many wonderful pastimes there. Once Narad Muni arrived in Vrindavan, and he was chanting beautifully with his veena, glorifying Krishna, Radha, and the gopis. And Krishna was very pleased. He said, Narad, you can ask me any blessing. I am very pleased with you. Narad said, I want to see you in a swing with Lalita. Both swinging in the swing. So Krishna said, yes, next time you come in Vrindavan, I will please you. So Narad left. After some time he came back, was a swing festival time. and the gopis were waiting for Radha. Krishna was also waiting for her. And Radha arrived. He said to Krishna, please remember your promise to me. Now is the time. Here is Lalita, here is you. You should climb on the swing. I want to see you both together and I will sing song for you. Then Lalita said, no, this is my place of my Radharani. I don't dare to sit there. But the Krishna said, no, I promised him, so we have to fulfill my promise. Do it for my promise. Okay. So the gopi pushed them to climb in the swing, and they were pushing, and they were chanting, singing, and Narada flew to Varshana. And Radharani was there. She was getting ready, and he came through the window, and he was chanting from the window, Lalita Krishna, Lalita Krishna. And Radharani was upset. Why are you chanting? You always chant Radhika Rama, Radha Krishna. Why are you chanting that? You don't know what's happening when you're back. While you're getting ready here, Krishna's enjoying swing with Lalita. Can be. Okay, go and sing by yourself. So when she arrived there, she saw Lalita. She became very upset. That's all Leela, there is no question of upset. She was pleased that Krishna fulfilled. But this is Leela, pastime, to increase the enjoyment. Because in the spiritual world, there is no such thing as enviousness or jealousness as we know it here. It looks like, but it's not under the modes of nature, like passion, ignorance, like in this world. So it's just supernatural, above the three modes of nature. But there is the Leela also. So Krishna approached her and he tried to pacify her. And, no, I don't want to talk to you. You're a cheater. But Krishna, remember what I told you the other day, that this Narada is very, very clever and he likes to put people in trouble. He enjoys that. And I told you, be careful with him, he may create trouble between us even. Yes, you said it's not possible. See, it's happening now. So please forgive Lalita. Lalita came as forgiveness from Radharani. They pushed Radha and Krishna on the swing both together, and the mood start again, blissful mood. No, you know that song? Vrindavandanam yastana divya chintamamidama ratnamandira manora. It's a beautiful song. I don't understand. So this is what we should aspire for. The love, the prayer of Radha and Krishna, the highest love, the highest service. And to do that, we have to become more pure in heart, more clean in mind, That's very important. So we have to speak now about. I ask Arpan, Prabhu, come. You are the expert in Uddhav Gita. I would like you to choose.
I chose
11.8.1 and 4.
Which one?
11.8.1 to 4. Right?
This is the story of Pingala.
Yes.
You like the story?
Yes. I'll do that.
Okay. All right. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 We are going to read from 11th Canto, chapter 8, text 1, the story of Pingala. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat nasta prayesha bhadreshu nityam bhavata sevaya bhagavati tamasloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Did you find it in your cell phone?
1181.
Very good.
I can send the link.
Okay.
I'll send them.
Okay, sending Ananda Vrindavan, sending the link to everyone. So you have a group then.
Yeah, I mean, this is from Phoenix and there is a Bhakti version.
Very good. Very good. Sri Brahmana Uvacha Sukham Mandriyakam Rajan Swakminaraka Evacha Dahinam Yadyata Dukham Asman Chitta Tadbuddha. The saintly Brahmana said, O king, the embodied living entity automatically experiences unhappiness in heaven or hell. Similarly, happiness will also be experienced even without one seeking it. Therefore, a person of intelligent discrimination does not make any endeavor to attain such material happiness. Okay, you read the purport.
Purport. One should not uselessly waste his life pursuing material sense gratification, because a specific quantity of material happiness will automatically come to one as a result of one's past and present fruitive activities. This lesson is learned from the ajgar or python, who lies down and accepts for his maintenance whatever comes of its own accord. Remarkably, in both material heaven and hell, happiness and unhappiness come automatically due to our previous activities. Although the proportions of happiness and unhappiness certainly vary, either in heaven or in hell, one may eat, drink, sleep, or have sex life, but these activities being based on the material body are temporary and inconsequential. An intelligent person should see that even the best material situation is actually a punishment for previous unlawful activities executed outside the scope of loving devotional service to God. A conditioned soul undergoes great trouble to obtain a little happiness. After struggling in material life, which is full of hardship and hypocrisy, one may receive a little sense gratification, but this illusory pleasure in no way offsets the burden of suffering one must bear to obtain it. After all, a pretty hat is no cure for a homely face. If one really wants to solve life's problems, one should live simply and reserve the major portion of one's life for loving service to Krishna. Even those who do not serve God receive a certain standard of maintenance from Him. Therefore, we can just imagine the security the Lord affords to those who dedicate their lives to His devotional service. Unrefined fruitive workers foolishly worry only about the present life, whereas more pious karmis imprudently make elaborate arrangements for future material sense gratification, unaware that all such enjoyment is temporary. The real solution, however, is to understand that by pleasing the personality of Godhead, who is the master of all senses and all desires, one can attain permanent happiness. Such knowledge easily solves the problems of life.
Thank you, Ananda Vrindavan, for reading the purport. So this is very instructive for all of us, very practical instructions for our daily life. And the teaching of this great sage is that happiness and stress will come according to our past karma. So, knowing that, why endeavor for something which is already allotted to you? You know, either the suffering or the happiness. Then, what that means I should not endeavor for anything then. Be like the sage on the ground, like whatever comes, somebody eat, even though we can't imitate this. But the philosophy is applicable even nowadays in the sense that we should not be too anxious to get material happiness, because it will come to us according to the laws of nature. What is allotted to each and every one, it will come without too much endeavor. In the same way that nobody is looking for a toothache or a headache or stomachache and comes by its own, isn't it? You're not looking for it, but it comes. So in the same way, the happiness is allotted to you will come also. According to your karma, it will come to you. So this life is mixed happiness, distress, is coming, going all the time. So what human being, what we try to do is we try to counteract this, the suffering. For example, now it's very hot in feelings. So we have AC in all our home, fans, we try to counteract this. Isn't it? Always human being try to use the intelligence how to counteract the suffering, find a way to. But no matter how hard we try, we can't avoid. Because we have material body, the body is meant to suffer. Sooner or later, we all become old, sick, and have to die. That's the reality of life. So what is the solution? The solution is that we understand that we are not this body, we are a spirit soul, and therefore we need a spiritual happiness. So that's worth your effort to seek spiritual happiness. Because all living beings tend to look for happiness, avoid suffering. It's natural. It's natural. Even you see a creeper growing, always try to find the sun, grow the side where the sun will keep it touched by the sun. So it's natural. So it's a question of being alive, You see in all cultures around the world, they have always music and dance, all culture from their own, even the Red Indians here, they also have their dancing and things and songs they sing. Every culture, ancient or new, they have this, And what is the idea behind this expression of dancing and singing? The idea is to celebrate, to be alive. That they're happy to be alive, celebrating life. But since life in this material world is not forever, it's temporary, so the happiness of being alive doesn't last for long. It finishes sooner or later. But Krishna is inviting us to his eternal dance. He also, from where this idea of celebrating life, dancing, chanting comes? From Krishna. He invented it. He invented the music. He invented all this loving relationship because it gives him pleasure. So the purpose of life is to seek pleasure. But the pleasure we may find with the material body is temporary. Therefore, it's not worth too much effort. Better make effort to get the spiritual happiness. That's more worthy the effort. Because that will be everlasting. Will never end. Will never end. So this is the teaching that the sadhu is giving. Don't lament for the body. The body has to die one day. That's unavoidable. Nobody can counteract these problems of life. So instead, try to find a permanent solution. Suppose a person living in a rented apartment and the owner tell him, you have 3 months to vacate, I need the apartment. What do you have to do? You have to search for other place. But instead of doing that, he started redecorating, painting the walls, bringing new furniture, putting new paintings. It's when we went crazy, you have to leave the place while you're spending much money in a place you have to live. Oh, I have to enjoy the last minute in this apartment. The friend will think it's crazy. So the same way we are all crazy, trying to adjust everything to be happy here. We're in a rented place, not permanent. And the rent is gonna finish in, we may say, okay, a few years, not a few months. But still, it's not gonna be forever. So knowing that and knowing the reality of of the spiritual happiness in relation to Krishna and his loving service, knowing that we should try eagerly seek that happiness. And Krishna is more than eager to award us this happiness. The same way that a king, he wants to see his servant very well taken care of because they are serving him. They will have everything they need. Nice clothes, nice food, nice place to stay, enough facility for their needs, everything. So in the same way, if we want to be servant of Krishna, we will not be lacking anything. Krishna will take care of us. Once a journalist interviewed Prabhupada, he asked him this question, how do you maintain yourself? Oh, we depend on Krishna. What do you mean by that? Prabhupada said, well, suppose I'm in need of $300 for something. And Krishna will inspire somebody in the heart, go to the sadhu, give him $300. Something like that. And another journalist asked Prabhupada, how you take decision in your movement? Oh, I consult with Krishna. Oh, we get confused, the journalist. What do you mean by that? One devotee was next to Prabhupada, tried to, work it out. Said, no, God is in the heart, and he's a pure devotee. So, Krishna, through the heart, he gave instruction. Prabhupada said, no, personal. So pure devotees, they are not satisfied just to have a relationship with Paramatma. They have, but it's not enough for them. They want a relationship with Bhagavan. That's higher realization. Remember the Modarastaka. He say, I don't want to know your creature as Paramatma. I want to see your beautiful face being kissed by Mother Yashoda. Your curly hair and red bimba, fruit-like lips. That's the vision, pure devotees, who are in love with Krishna. Krishna is fascinating. Unless God is all attractive, he can't be God. Because how then those who surrender to God are gonna overcome the attraction to material life? How they're gonna overcome it? Unless they have something more attractive, more beautiful. Beauty conquers everything, they say, isn't it? In this world, somebody is very beautiful, women or men, they are very attractive to others, isn't it? They just, by taking picture, they become millionaires. Take a photo, they become a movie star or something. They earn millions of dollars just because they have nice look, nice voice or whatever. So, or somebody very rich, become very famous, or very intelligent, big scientist, So this is attractive to people. So Krishna is supremely attractive because he's all beautiful, all rich, all powerful, all famous, all renunciation and all very wise, all knowledge. 6 opulence in fullness. That's Bhagavan. But now they call anybody Bhagavan. I remember once I was giving lecture in South America, and one follower of Sai Baba is no more. He challenged, do you accept Sai Baba as Bhagavan? I said, first we have to analyze if you have the qualities of Bhagavan. First quality is all beauty. I think he failed there. He said, no, his beauty is inside. I said, the beauty should be inside and outside also, both. God can be beautiful both ways. All rich, very rich. Sai Baba is so rich, why he need to have an incense factory? He have an incense factory. And why you manufacture little gold? Why don't make a big gold? And give them a small gold. Those who have a jewelry shop are more rich than him. They have more gold than him. Anyway, so people are very sentimental. If they see a little magic, oh, Bhagavan, Bhagavan. A little magic. They don't understand. God created the whole universe. And they create a little piece of gold. He's God. But what intelligence is that? Very sentimental. Very, if somebody can do a little magic, in South India, one magician, he challenged Sri Baba to do everything he will do also, publicly. But Sri Baba refused. No, I don't accept challenges from magicians. That's already came in the newspaper. Yeah. Remember? And the magician said, okay, that's true, I'm a magician, but I don't say I'm Bhagavan like you say. Exploiting people's sentiment. So there are so many, this world is full of cheaters and cheated. Any person they choose as avatar. And what is the name in Shastra? We don't accept just anyone avatar just because of some magic. Any powerful yogi can have magic, miracle, but that doesn't make him Bhagavan or God. So the world is full of ignorance about God. People don't know what is God. And who is God? They don't know. No. They think Devata God, everything one. You worship Ganesh, Durga Mata, Vishnu, everything is one, everything is same. No, it's not the same. Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, those who worship Devatas, they go to the planet of the Devatas. Those who worship ghosts, they will go live with the ghosts. And those who worship me, they will come to me. So it's not all the same. If you buy a ticket to Mumbai, you're not gonna arrive in Delhi. It's common sense, So it's common sense. But I mean, people are innocent and ignorant, and some cheaters take advantage of that. They advertise themselves as avatar and all this. I mean, I came to know in Miami, there's a man, he called himself avatar of Jesus Christ. So people give him a very fancy car, gift. We order Jesus Christ, big house for free, just because he say he's avatar of Jesus Christ. People are fools. That's the truth, What is the proof that he is saying? They just believe. Any fool who come and say like that, because they are very, you said courageous to declare something like that. I mean, Krishna declared himself to be the supreme God in Bhagavad Gita, but he not only declared it, he showed it. He showed Arjuna his Virat Rupa, his universal form. He proved it, not only spoken, but proven. So anyway, but unfortunately, those who come to read Prabhupada's books, the Krishna conscious movement, they get free from this cheaters and cheated circle going around, That's very good. We are coming to know the truth now. We're not gonna get cheated anymore. God cannot be made by vote, because some people have come together. I have a dream with this Guru, and he told me the dream that he is God. So you believe the dream, but dream can cheat you. We believe what the Shastra says. No? Like that. So let's continue reading. Do you agree with what I'm saying? It's okay. Okay, text 2. Grasamus Grasam sumrishtam virasam.
Rasam Suvrishtam Virasam
Mahantam stokam evava.
Mahantam Stokamevava
Yadrichayaiva patitam.
Yarishayaiva Patitam
Graset ajagadotiyaha. Following the example of the python, one should give up material endeavors and accept for one's maintenance food that comes of its own accord, whether such food be delicious or tasteless, ample or meager. Text 3. Shayitahani burini
Shaitani Vipuri
niraharonupakramaha yadinopana yedraso
Graso
mahahir iva dishtabhu.
Mahaviriva Dishtabhu
If at any time food does not come, then a saintly person should fast for many days without making endeavor. He should understand that by God's arrangement he must fast. Thus, following the example of the python, he should remain peaceful and patient. Purport. If by God's arrangement one is forced to suffer material hardship, then one should think, due to my past sinful activity, I am now being punished. And this way, God is mercifully making me humble. The word shayita means one should remain peaceful and patient without mental agitation. Dishtabuk means one must accept the personality of God as the supreme controller and not foolishly give up one's faith due to material inconvenience. Tattenu kamsam shushamik shamano bhunjana evatmakikam vipatam. Bhavatam 10:49. A devotee of the Lord always accepts material hardship as the mercy of Lord Krishna, thus he becomes eligible for supreme liberation. Tattenu kampam shushamik shamano bhunjana evatmakikam vipatam. Vida Prabhu Ilham Namaste. Shiveta yamukti pade sadayavad. That the devotee live with the hope that one day Krishna will favor me, will give me his mercy. And any troubles or hardship I may go through life is also Krishna's mercy. In the sense that due to my past sinful activity, I should be suffering even more. But since I'm trying to be Krishna conscious, Krishna is diminishing what I am supposed to suffer. He's diminishing it. No? Suppose a poor man has to go to court and the judge says you have to pay $500 or whatever. And he says, oh, I'm sorry, I have 5 children, I'm jobless, homeless. Please, I can't pay this much. Okay, pay $5. I don't know if that happens, but it's a supposition. Suppose that happens. Something like that. So the same way, when one trying to be Krishna conscious, trying to be devotee of the Lord, servant of the Lord, then Krishna diminish the suffering of his devotee according to their past karma. So if somebody doesn't lose faith in the Lord in the middle of hardship and keep serving the Lord, then he becomes Dayabhak. Dayabhak means inheritor of the opulence of the father. And what has the son to do to inherit the wealth of his father? To maintain himself alive. Because if he died, he will not inherit anything. And to keep himself alive means the inheritance is eternal, the father is eternal, and the son is also, nobody has to die. But the inheritance is there waiting. You just have to be a good son, obey the father, and remain alive in Krishna consciousness. Then you will inherit the kingdom of God. It's your birthright. We are born from the ocean of nectar, not from the material. We are eternal souls. Satchitananda, full of bliss, full of knowledge. But we forgot our true nature. We forgot it. Because of the conditioning of the body and mind, we identify with this material world, and we think I can be happy if I make this arrangement, that plan, the other plan. And when all plans fail, lose faith in God, God is not helping me. Suppose a man falls in a well, so he's crying for help. Somebody hear him crying and comes and throw a rope. Grab the rope, I will pull you out. Only if you give me your mercy, I will be able to grab the rope. What? The mercy is already there, grab it. No, only if you give me your mercy, I will be able to grab the rope. He will never get out of the mercy is already there. Just grab it. Sometimes the body say, Maharaj, please give me your mercy. Mercy is already there. Take it. Grab it. It's there. It doesn't go away. If we follow the process, Krishna consciousness, once two devotees were discussing. One of saying, if we follow strictly the rules regulation, we get the mercy of the Lord. The others say, unless you get the mercy of the Lord, you will not be able to follow everything. So, and both are right actually. Both things are related to each other. If one is able to have the determination to follow, means he's already got the mercy. The mercy is already there. Now don't say, only if you give mercy, I will grab the rope. No, the rope is there. Take it, grab it. Then they can take you out. So it's like that. Once the devotee told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I always want to be at your feet. Prabhupada said, that's very difficult. I'm always moving. But he also said, if you grab my dhoti, like that. He once told Bhakti Swami, our movement is like a train. I push you, you push the other. It's like compartment of the train, push each other. Train could keep moving like that. So our movement is like that. Encouragement. We should always encourage each other to maintain our principles, to be faithful to the teaching, of Prabhupada, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, like that. And to help each other, be kind to each other, And then Krishna will give the mercy. Remember the story of the Prachetas. The Lord was pleased with them because they were very friendly to each other. They treat nicely each other. So Krishna was pleased with them. He blessed them because of that. So that's very important instruction. Cooperation. Papa said cooperation. It's not one person war. It's combined effort. Combined effort. And that way we also individually grow spiritually also. If Krishna is pleased, then what else we can ask for? Once Prabhupada was I was also with him in New York, Ratha Yatra in New York, 1976, the first big New York Ratha Yatra. And at the park, the devotee have rented a limousine, for Prabhupada, very big, nice, beautiful car, So one drunkard was there. He was criticizing. See, the Guru has a very expensive car, very opulent car. And Prabhupada asked what he's saying. So the devotee told him, Prabhupada said, go tell this man, if he give up intoxication, gambling, and sex, and eating, he can ride next to me in the car. Go tell him. Prabhupada, tell him. And they're going to told him. And they will say, oh, no, thank you. So once a journalist asked Prabhupada about the cars, Prabhupada said, God rides a golden garment of gold. If you offer to the representative of God a car made of iron, what is the big deal? It's not attached to it. Sometimes they want to give Prabhupada a nice, valuable watch. They will use it for a few days and give it to somebody else. No attachment to it. So that's the nature of pure devotee. They can live under a tree or in a palace. They are not disturbed. So they always remember Krishna in their heart. So they're happy in any circumstance. So of course, I mean, this is a renounced person. He lives in the forest. His situation is different from our present day situation. Uh, and he knows if I have to fast, I will fast. I'm accustomed to it. Uh, I can fast, I can pray, I can meditate. I'm happy, you know. But in practical life nowadays, most people are, family life and everything. They have to work to get what they need for. This is the natural thing in the present day. So, but at the same time, they depend, the devotee have to learn to depend always on Krishna's protection. The devotee should always remember that Krishna is my only maintainer, my only protector, uh, my only provider, uh, and my only shelter. So by remembering that, the devotee don't get confused. In the Second World War, some very pious Christian ladies in Germany, they go to church every day, pray to God that their husband come back alive from war. And naturally, in the war, many people die. It's a normal thing. So many of those men died, and many of the ladies became atheists. Oh, God didn't fulfill our prayers, so he must not exist. It's our imagination. God is not our servant that he has to fulfill all our material desires. I was talking one devotee, and even in India, most people, if they go to church, temple, or whatever, they pray God that they be successful in material life. One side. So in temple, I think Vrindavan itself, one may pray with very, like devotion. So when we went out of the temple, I asked him, what was you praying for? He said, oh, I lost my job. I was praying to God to find me a better job. Pious people, of course, they're nice, pious people. But their idea is that God helped me in the material life. At least, to find people who have faith in God is not common nowadays. What to speak somebody who want to serve God, love God eternally, that's even more rare. So if they find any sadhu saint or so-called saint who can give a little miracle, a little blessing, they all, he must be God. He's fulfilling my desire, material desire. But that's foolishness. Majority of people are very sentimental and ignorant. So that's why Prabhupada wrote all this book to enlighten the people all over the world. Most devotees in America or whatever, in the West, from India, they became devotee by reading Prabhupada's books, isn't it?
Yes.
By coming in touch with Krishna consciousness in the West.
Yes.
In India was just ritual, doing the puja, but no much understanding what meant.
Yes.
Is it?
I'm an example.
Yes. How you came to Krishna consciousness?
Yeah. So Maharaj, I met there is you know him, right? He's in Dallas Temple. His name I once told you.
Nityananda?
No, he's the temple president.
Yeah.
So this person, he will always in front of Indian store, he will set up a book store, temporary book shop, and he'll play kirtan, and he'll greet everyone. So I used to go shopping, and I was very amused to see him. And I'll think, here are all the Indians who are supposedly the inheritor of Krishna, and they are planning parties, and they are buying paneer and samosa and this and that. And here is this man, he doesn't.
He's a Western.
He's giving and Narottam Das.
He was Indian or Western? Western.
Narottam, probably that.
Yeah, I know Narottam. Yeah, I know him very well. He's still doing that.
Yeah, he's still doing.
Yeah.
So I was very sympathetic to him, and I'll talk to him. At least I should talk to him. He's poor guy. People won't even say we are talking. So like that, then he gave me beats and chant and
the books, and you read them. That was in Dallas?
Yes.
Oh, you was living in Dallas.
Yeah, that time, 2013, yeah.
Oh, long time ago. Just see, That's Prabhupada's mercy, no? That's Prabhupada's mercy. Any comment, question from anyone? Like to share how you came to know about Krishna consciousness in the West? Yes. Yes.
So I studied in India. In my town, where I studied, we had a nice ISKCON temple.
Vidyanagar, yes.
There's a nice ISKCON temple, small. I used to only go when there is exam.
To pray, to pass the exam.
So material desire. And I came here in 98. In 98, I happened to visit Lund Avenue temple in Chicago.
Chicago.
So till then I hadn't read Bhagavad Gita in entirety.
Oh.
So I went there and I saw this book. I'm like, this is and I was impressed with the data office. I've been to ISKCON temple before, but this was some eye-opening experience. The Lund Temple is a beautiful temple, and I spent the evening there. I bought like a copy of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. At that time, we used to live in Indiana, and I finished the whole book in like 3 months, all 700 verses.
Wonderful.
With the comment, and it was eye-opening experience. It was almost like something happened. I highlighted with a red pen most of the verses and over. And that really, I got very attracted. Right. And then I came to Phoenix, we had a nice temple.
Wonderful congregation here in Phoenix. Yeah, very nice congregation you have here in Phoenix. Very enlightened devotees, very enthusiastic, always coming to programs, you know.
And then Maharaj, also one other observation. I heard from someone that since Krishna has all riches, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation, as we go closer to him, we tend to attract all those energies and become, we're kind of deriving. And,
Yes.
And I've seen that in the society where people have gone closer to him. More closer you go, you start getting lost.
Yeah, also, if you're spiritually doing it right, then material also will follow. Material well-being follows spiritual well-being. If you are well situated spiritually, then material side also will be okay. It's naturally followed, you know. So you don't have to worry too much. Try to be fixed Krishna consciousness. Do also your duty, social duty, everything peacefully, and Krishna will provide the intelligence how to do it. How to do it better.
Just one more thing. So then I had to move from Dallas to here, and I had no idea that there is temple here. So I was feeling sad that just now I'm starting. I wanted to go to Dallas temple and be connected, and I thought I wish there is a temple there. And I googled it and sure enough it was there.
You found the temple here. So. What year was that?
2013, end of 2013.
Oh, 10 years ago. Wonderful. Very nice. Yes.
Dandrat Pranam Maharaj.
Arranged.
Those days I was living in Germany, Hamburg,
Yes.
and I was going for an interview to Berlin. So I was sitting on a bench. Next to me was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He was reading Krishna book. So to find the spiritual books back in 1970s in Europe, that was next to impossible. So I was peeping like that, what he's reading. And he was reading Krishna book. So he knew that I'm interested in the book. He said, would you like to have this book? I said, definitely. So he sold me for 5 marks. He was from Michigan, Prabhupada disciple.
Okay.
Then for another few years, 3 more disciples of Srila Prabhupada came. In Norway, in Stavanger. They gave me Srimad Bhagavatam book, records and all that. So I knew more and more about it. Real Krishna consciousness came around 1982 when I met face-to-face Kamal Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah.
He had given live interview in TV. And when I came for lunch, I was working in Houston those days. So when I came for lunch, I turned the TV on, and here's Maharaj. So I watched his interview for 45 minutes. I went to the temple in the evening. I said, Maharaj, I have seen your interview today. He said, you are the only Indian who has seen live interview. Then he cross-questioned me. Do you chant? I said, yes. So what do you chant? I said, Ram, Ram in the morning, Ram, Ram in the evening. He said, just 2 times? I said, no, 4 times. Ram, Ram, and Ram, 4 times. So he said, just only 4 times? Do you know Mahamantra? I said, yes. Can you chant that? I said, yes. What's Mahamantra? I said, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. He said, very good. Can you do it the other way also? So I said, okay, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, 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 Hare. So as a salesman, he said to me, can you now chant 2 times in the morning, Mahamantra, and 2 times in the evening? I said, Maharaj, I'm an engineer, I'm a very busy person. I don't have time to chant. He said, I just asked you 2 times. And gradually increase it to full mala.
Yes, yes.
So that way. And then here in Hare Krishna temple, in Chandler, I met 2 temple bhaktas or devotees, you may call. They encouraged me around 2001 to chant 16 rounds daily. Before, less, but these 2, so for past 22 years, without fail, 16 rounds of
Very good. Congratulations. How many of you are chanting 16 rounds? Okay. Very good. Wow, majority. Very good. Congratulations. How many of you are chanting 8 rounds? You're chanting 8 rounds? Kind of. Try.
He chants according to his age, so he adds.
Yeah. Who's chanting at least 2 rounds?
2 rounds.
2 rounds. Okay, good. Going gradually increasing. That's nice. One thing I hear that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he changed the order of the mantra from Hare Rama first to Hare Krishna first. But it doesn't matter. If you chant Hare Rama first, what happens? Suppose I'm chanting japa. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama.
Hare Krishna.
What is first, what is second? It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. But they have this idea, no, Rama came first, Ramchandra came first, so Rama must be first. But it's, the word Rama doesn't mean only Ramchandra. Once 2 sannyasi went to Prabhupada, they were having argument. One was saying the Rama and the Mahamantra means Ramachandra. The other was, no, means Balaram. Which one is right? Prabhupada chastised both of them. Why you are going unnecessarily like this? Can mean either of them, depend on your feeling. But there is another meaning also. Another meaning of the word Rama is Radha Raman Ram. Radha Raman Ram. Krishna, the enjoyer of Radha. So it's also for Krishna Bhakta also means Krishna.
Maharaj, last time when we heard the class where Narad Muni goes to Dwarka and sees Krishna in the palaces.
Yes.
So can that same understanding be for the Ras Leela, or?
I mean to say, of course, Krishna dancing next to each and every god. But that's the dancing in the forest. But this is palaces, places that Narad Muni was sitting one place, but another. So it can be compared the same that Krishna expanded himself into many, of course. But this is like a more solid proof. It says that there were palaces and can be visited and be seen, like that. Not everyone can go into Ras Leela. Even Mahadeva to do, something to be able. So we have one final verse to read. Okay, very good. Text 4. Ready? Ojasaho balayutam vipraddehamakarmakam shayano vita nidrascha nehetendriyavanapi. A saintly person should remain peaceful and materially inactive, maintaining his body without much endeavor. Even though possessed of full sensual, mental, and physical strength, a saintly person should not become active for material gain, but rather should always remain alert to his actual self-interest. Purpose. The word Vita Nidra in this verse is very significant. Nidra means sleep or ignorance, and Vita means free from. In other words, the transcendentalist should always be awake to his eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and should carefully cultivate Krishna consciousness. Being confident of his relationship with the Lord, he should not endeavor for his personal maintenance, knowing that the Lord is protecting him in all respects. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur states that the example of the python is given so that one will not uselessly waste his time on bodily maintenance. One should not think, however, that the purpose of life is to lie on the ground like a python or to make a show of starving the body. The example of a python should not encourage one to become completely inactive. One should rather become active in spiritual advancement and inactive in material sense gratification. If one becomes completely inactive, that is certainly nidra, or the darkness of ignorance, in which one remains asleep to his identity as an eternal servant of the personality of God. A transcendentalist is eager to execute his service to the Lord, and therefore is grateful when the Lord provides material facility for such service. Mere renunciation of the material world is Falgu Vairagya, or an immature stage of spiritual understanding. One must come to the stage of Yukta Vairagya, engaging everything in the service of Lord Krishna. It is our practical experience that the devotee absorbed in spreading Krishna consciousness automatically receive all facilities for his personal maintenance. So we should not imitate, the python flying down the ground, waiting somebody to bring us through. No, this is not practical. We should do our duties and fulfill our responsibilities, and at the same time, know for sure that Krishna is maintaining us because he's giving us the intelligence, how to do things. Once a friend asked another, "Are you intelligent?" And the friend, let me check my pocket first. If I have money there, that means I'm intelligent. That's material intelligence. Spiritual intelligence takes time to appear. Why? Because it's covered by ignorance and passion. So, but the spiritual intelligence is given by God, by Krishna. He's the supreme intelligence. If we read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, he will give us the spiritual intelligence, how to understand and how to apply the philosophy properly. There's many devotees, they sometimes manufacture their own idea how to put it in practice. Go to extreme sometimes. So dry renunciation, Falgu Vairagya. No, we are not like that. We should be Yukta Vairagya, engaging everything in the service of the Lord. That's the proper way of renunciation. Once one reporter was interviewing Prabhupada, and she asked him, to become devotee of Krishna, one have to give up all material things. Prabhupada said, who told you that? No, not such thing is not possible. I'm living in this house, it's made of brick, it's material. I'm talking to you with microphone, material. So how can I give up material things? The clothes, the food I'm eating. So how is that? No, we give up the wrong idea that we are the owner and enjoyer. We know who's the actual proprietor. We use everything for the Lord's service. Then that's actual detachment, renunciation. So it's more practical, this philosophy, to be applied in modern day time. So Davaduta was giving good instruction to Maharaj Yadu. He was asking questions. And of course, he was speaking out according to his own experience. Yataditam yatamahi. That's the Bhagavatam explained. That one should speak according to one's experience, one's understanding, one's level of understanding. That's very important. Then you can have a realization, actual realization. Because knowledge has to be practical, realized knowledge. Jnana and Vijnana. Jnana is the theoretical knowledge, and Vijnana is the application of the knowledge. Then you get the experience, the realization. You have the conviction. You know you are in the right path. You feel Krishna's presence in your life, and feeling his hand guiding you in your journey through this material world. So you feel confident that if I keep growing like that spiritually, then I'm protected. Because this is very dangerous. This Maya nowadays is very powerful. Prabhupada said, Maya is very powerful and we are very weak. Imagine you kick a giant on the foot. He will not tolerate, he will smash you. So accept devotional service to become devotee means to kick the giant on the foot. So Maya will try to smash it. But if we surrender to Krishna, then he will protect. And surrender means to follow the four regulative principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no this. This is surrender. Practical surrender. Then Krishna protects. If you go to the home of a friend, and as soon as you enter the courtyard, a big dog comes to bite you, barking, angry. What you have to do? Tell your friend, please help me. You don't want to. And the friend come out, why? The dog, no matter how fierce and big, he would sit down because it's master order. In the same way, Maya is the servant of Krishna. And if Krishna tells him, take it easy on my devotee, don't disturb me too much. Put him to test from time to time to see if he's sincere, but don't smash him, don't smash him. Just grab his ear, a little bit. To teach you not to be proud. That's very important also. If one is doing everything nicely, one should not become proud. Because one may lose this humbleness, and then we have problems because of that. So thank you very much. It was very pleasant to come and share all this wonderful knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, now if anybody would like to share something more with us, please do, or a question or anything. I didn't ask you how you came to Krishna consciousness. Okay, who should I ask? I'm going to ask you how you came.
Maharaj, I got introduced in India through my best friend.
Where?
Pune.
Pune have big temple.
So I got connected over there.
You was a student there?
Yes, I'm born and raised in Pune, so we met in the college.
Okay.
So because he came in class very late and he had a shikha and kanti, and I was very curious that this is new, where is this coming from? So we interacted.
Very good. He was going to class like that, kanti and shikha. Oh, very good. How you came to ISKCON?
Yeah, 2001 December. So I'm leaving my village. So
What is the name?
my name is Nadia Vihari.
Village.
Village name, the district Chitradurga, Karnataka.
Karnataka.
Yeah, Karnataka. From Chitradurga, my village, another 25 kilometers. So every Saturday, one devotee from Bangalore This is studying the classes like that.
Yeah.
Started evening program.
Mm.
So before that, I attending one yoga class. It's in the Samadhi yoga, like Rishi yoga, like that one classes I'm attending. So the yoga instructor, at the final last ending, he kept all the books, Bhagavad Gita and Himala. He's introducing this ISKCON like
Yes.
he given me one books, Krishna, small book, Krishna Vilana.
Oh, nice.
Krishna,
Krishna, yes.
the books.
Yeah.
Then I'm seeing the mala, that is mala chanting. So first day only I started the 4 rounds.
Very nice. Yeah.
Then first day I started. I read completed books and I want one more books. So he given me the science of self-realization books.
Mm.
My language.
And which language was?
I'm Kannada.
The book. The
Yeah.
book. Wow, wonderful.
Yeah, then I completed books, then I started one more books. Then completed books also, SSR, the science of self-realization books. Then I had to do what we want in Chinese.
Yeah.
This come, ask the president, and introduce him.
Very good.
Then I started, in 6 months I'm inside ashram.
Wonderful.
6 months.
Very, very. Congratulations. Navya Bihari ki jai. Hare Krishna. All right. Now one of the ladies.
I said a question, Maharaj.
Yes, please do.
What's the purpose of Krishna's pastimes, enjoying with the gopis, and he's known to have like hundreds of queens in Dwaraka? I just want to know what the purpose of this.
The purpose is to show the whole world that he's the supreme enjoyer. But he's not interested in material enjoyment. He's interested only in the spiritual enjoyment. So the queens and the gopis, they are not women with gross body, like blood and flesh and bones. No, they have a spiritual body. Although they are here, they came to this world. They may appear like humans, but they are not humans. They are divine personalities. No? Expansion of the internal potency of the Lord. Radharani expand many gopis. These gopis expand as the queens in Dwarka and also as Lakshmis in Vaikuntha. You have to have the spiritual knowledge because people get confused, why God is dancing with so many women, when devotees in Los Angeles went to one university, they did the program, they distribute many books. But they came to tell Prabhupada congratulate them. But they said, Prabhupada, one professor challenged us. He said that your worshiping God was immoral. He danced with the girls at midnight. That's not very moral thing to do. So Prabhupada smiled. He said, you should have told this professor that Krishna is the supreme God. He created the whole universe. That means all women within the universe belongs to him. If you have a woman, you are stealing a woman from him. You are immoral, not him. He's allowing you to have one wife. It's okay. You can have. Understand? So that is not an easy thing for most people to understand Krishna. We think for us it's easy because we accept, the Shastra, we accept Guru, the teaching, so we understand. And most people, they have problems to understand that.
They're envious also, Maharaj.
Well, because they are not misguided. That's all. They are not being taught properly. They don't understand. Once I was traveling by train from Calcutta to Delhi, going to Vrindavan, and next to me was a man with tie and suit, and professional man. And he asked me, "Are you from this country?" I said, "Yes." "Well, can I ask you a question?" "Yes, you can." Why Krishna married so many wives? Why I can't have at least 4? I told him, Krishna, the wives of Krishna didn't have to wait to see him 16,000 days to see him. He was simultaneously at the same time with each and every one of them. And also, they were not living only one room. They would have 16,000 palaces. If you can give each wife one palace, then you can be at the same time in each palace. Go ahead, do it. Unless you want to become Muslim or something. No, I'm Hindu. So people have so many misconceptions. You know? I mean, Krishna doesn't want to make it easy for them to be understood. You know, only through pure devotee we can understand. That's the truth. Because we read the book, we met devotees who hear from Prabhupada and the devotee and his follower, then we understand. So yesterday at the temple, the subject was how to prepare for Janmashtami. And my suggestion to read Krishna book every day. Be absorbed in the Leela of the Lord. Get ready. Every day read Krishna book. Every day. From beginning to end. So from read Janmashtami, you can end the book. Then you are fully prepared for Janmashtami. What do you think? Is a good idea?
It is. Actually, we are doing that at the temple.
Very nice.
We
Very
started
nice.
about 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We started almost about 4 weeks ago.
Wonderful. So from now to Janmashtami, you in most of it, or all of it.
All of it, I think.
That's the idea.
Now we are reading this one Krishna and Rasa dance. I have one small just a question, Mother.
Please do.
While Krishna enjoying the company of the gopis in the Rasa dance, the astonished demigods and their wives gathered in the sky. So just my question, you were explaining about the Gopeshwar Mahadev.
Yeah.
So you take a bath in the dipping and get a gopi.
Yeah.
End of the Rasa dance. So there they are mentioning Prabhupada in the sky.
The demigods were watching.
So how just I'm asking, they don't have a gopi.
No. It's different. It's different to watch from the ground or to watch from the sky. There is a difference there. I mean, Mahadev was want to be very close, very near, eye to eye, something like that, and also to be able to dance also, not only to see but also dance. That was Mahadev's desire. Somehow Krishna fulfilled that desire. Of course, demigod, they are, they are very pious, so they get opportunity to witness Krishna Lila. When Krishna was fighting demon, Balaram was fighting demon, they were watching. And when Krishna killed demon, they throw flowers, from heaven on him, from the earth. So they have a special opportunity, to witness from that high position.
When he's coming, out of the people are standing and just like a prime minister.
Like prime minister, get better facilities. But a common person has to wait more longer, but somebody important, they are pushed to the front, something like that. Since Devata have high position, they get some concession. Yes.
So what she was guarding and dancing both Maharaj? He was guarding, he was lecturing us.
Yes, he's there.
And he was dancing also.
He's dancing and he was in Nataraja, so he very expressive dancing automatically come to know is not Gopi.
He's not around, he's very expert at dancing, playing, drum. So he became very attractive. He saw that this is much better 1,000 times than me. This dancing and music is completely divine, transcendental. So he wanted to see, wanted to come close, That was his desire. Krishna fulfilled the desire of his pure devotee. He's pure devotee. I mean, he's always meditating, Traditional painting of Lord Shiva is the sitting down meditation, isn't it? And whom is meditating? Vishnu, Krishna, Ramchandra. Avatars of Krishna, he's absorbed in that. So that means he's devotee of the Lord. But some followers of Shiva, he's above Krishna, above Shiva, above Vishnu, like that. But actually, Lord Shiva Mahadev is Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu, is the best of all Vaishnavas. He's at the same time the Supreme Personality of Godhead and not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He doesn't have a separate existence. He's an expansion of Vishnu coming in touch with the material energy, and there is a little transformation, like the milk touched by the Imli becomes curd, the same way Shiva would enter in touch with the material energy by accepting material energy as his wife, there is a transformation there. So at the same time, he is and he's not. Simultaneous.
Yep.
So we don't enter into, conflict with those who believe that. It's a yes, he is at the same time he's not. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Premanande.
Bhakti Sundar Maharaj ki
Jai.
Maharaj, lamp offering.
Yeah, yes, lamp offering.
It's all right.
Thank you, Mataji, for hosting today's program.
Yeah, thank you, Sridevi Mataji, very much for hosting the program today.
And thank you all for attending the program.
Yeah, yes, please. Of course.
And tomorrow morning, Maharaj, Krishna Bhakti Sundar
Yeah, you can see it through Zoom.
via Zoom. So
Yeah, Zoom.
don't forget on our Facebook page. So that will be at 7:35. Thank you, Maharaj, for a wonderful class.
ताकि जगत करना संसारे कृष्ण वरदयमान कोरी जीवा जय स्वप्रसाद दिलो भाई देहि अनंत कपाल राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ श्री चैतन्य प्रेमी लाखो श्री चैतन्य निताय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण
भगवत महाप्रसादम की जय।
Very nice. Very peaceful.
Okay, one more. Narasimha prayer.